After 4 years at the helm, Neil Giuliano, president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, is stepping down. He was among the celebrities on the red carpet of this year's GLAAD Media Awards, and Raymond Donald Hong will take us there later this half hour.
Good evening. I'm at the San Francisco Hilton Hotel for the 20th Annual GLAAD Media Awards. The awards recognize and honor media for their fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community and the issues that affect our lives. And here on the red carpet, we get to rub shoulders with the celebrities. For the past 4 years, Neil Giuliano, the president of GLAAD, expanded the organization's influence as a national voice against the defamation LGBT people often face, and began media programs reaching out to young adults, religious communities, and the sports media world while increasing GLAAD's outreach and media relations support to other LGBT advocacy organizations.
We've had a lot of work going on in our anti-defamation work. If you notice, the dialogue has changed in our country. The level of acceptance for using anti-gay slurs has gone down a tremendous amount. And that's because we're drawing the line. We're telling people what's acceptable and what's not. Whether it's a member of Congress using inappropriate language, whether it's a celebrity, or whether it's just everyday people around the country, we're saying you cannot defame the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community. And I think that helps change the culture. And when the culture changes, we're on our way to full equality.
It's good. It's great to be here. I'm a big fan of Neil Giuliano, so I think he's done a great job over the past 3 years leading this organization. I look forward to the next generation of leadership, and I have many friends on the board, and it's kind of fun.
Well, you know, I think people underestimate the power of the media, frankly. Not just the newspaper, not just the radio, not just the TV, but we're surrounded by it on all sides, and it influences our opinion sometimes without us even knowing it. So I think we really need to make sure that those three words, fair, accurate, inclusive, are in everything we do, so that, you know, we don't use the wrong terms, we don't slam people accidentally, we don't make jokes that shouldn't be made. It's a very important thing for us and for people that are growing up, particularly, that have not formed their opinions yet.
To be here, to show up, and just the fact that in this room are a lot of people who each and every day are doing work to help end discrimination on the radio, on television, online, in print. They're my colleagues, and I'm proud to say I work for CBS, and they allow me to do great stories that fight discrimination. I'd like to do more, but it's important to be here to represent and also to show up at an event with my partner that I rarely ever get to do, so that's nice.
So the past 2 years have been really groundbreaking in my assessment of trans representation in the media, and this past year has been stellar with the show that I was a part of. I worked for Diddy being nominated and me being a transgender person of color on that show. We had America's Next Top Model, we had The Real World, certainly Thomas Beatty's press and notoriety, which is sort of controversial, provided a lot of visibility. Calpurnia Adams. There's so many real transgender people out there in the media and being represented, and there's so much diversity now.
You know, and I think that if you show in a real and compassionate way what really goes on between a gay couple, the struggles with children, with raising children, with forgiving each other, with staying together through thick and thin, then you're showing marriage regardless of who's involved, and it's about commitment. And so if you show stories about commitment between two human beings, you know, gay, straight, whatever, you know, two men or two women, then you're showing that what it takes is something deeper than just what you look like.
It's really exciting, and for me, I hope it's just the beginning. For me, I think we're sort of in an infancy when it comes to trans representation in the media, and I can't wait to see us as toddlers and as teenagers, and when we're grown up. And the grown-up version is when transgender people are really fully integrated into society and represented in the media in our complexity.
Best-selling author, comedian, and talk show host Chelsea Handler hosted the awards ceremony at the San Francisco Hilton.
I think it's, you know, really important to speak out about causes that really you're not involved in yourself, to think outside of your box, no pun intended. I'm not talking about mine or yours. So I think it's good to not just fight for the causes that affect you directly, but to, you know, think about other people that you're, situation who's you're not in or haven't been in for more than one night.
I'm actually partnering with GLAAD to do what's called the Ask, in which we ask people to open up their pockets for this very worthy organization at a time in which we need them very desperately. So I know it's a tough time out there financially, but we really have to find a way to support them because we need them so badly right now.
Well, I'm here tonight
pretty much for one reason, is because I think everybody deserves to fall in love. And the work that GLAAD does reinforces that for everybody, you know.
And in the spirit of Kanye West, Judge David Young grabbed our mic to provide the red carpet's musical entertainment.
I've got rhythm, I've got music, I got my GLAAD, who could ask for anything more?
On his court show, Young frequently bursts into show tunes and warns litigants that there is only one queen allowed in his courtroom, him.
It's important for me to be here because I love San Francisco, and without me it would be a hell of a party. It's all about me, darling, of course. I'm the judge. We have to, you know, how many judges does it take to change a light bulb? None, they do it for us. No, it's important to be here because you know, I am a role model. I put myself in the position to be a role model and a spokesman for our community. And the fact that I'm here to say thank you to so many people who made this day possible for me, that's why it's important for me to be here, to say thank you and to show my appreciation to GLAAD and for all the great work that it does. The change in the public since my show's been on the air is more accepting, and people coming to the realization that, yes, gay people are judges, gay people are lawyers, they're doctors, they're members of the cabinet, they're members of the Supreme Court, they're teachers, and they're bakers, and they're florists, and they're nurses, and we're everywhere. And I cannot tell you how many people have written to me in MySpace or Facebook who just came out and their parents are fans of Judge David Young, and it eased the transition. And that is so heartwarming. It really, really is.
We've received a lot of letters, especially myself, from young women about having a strong role model, someone to look up to, especially young women coming to terms with their sexuality. And so that's always nice. It's always nice to hear that. I know that when I was growing up, I was always looking for role models, and Sharon Gless was, in fact, one of my role models from Cagney and Lacey, Mary Tyler Moore, women like that. So it's nice to be able to do that for young women.
Also at the event, Milk producer Dan Jenks presented a special recognition award to Dustin Lance Black, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of Milk.
You know, it's a wonderful thing to be a part of a movie such as Milk, and that people have a very deep emotional response. There are people who will find you on Facebook and write you emails and send you letters and just tell you how much the movie meant to them and how much Harvey's story meant to them, and that's something to be extraordinarily proud of, that the film touched so many people in such a deep personal way. I'm just very honored that I played a role in it.
GLAAD is an organization that I respect their work because I feel like they're correcting so many of the myths and lies and stereotypes that are out there about gay and lesbian people. To me, what's so important is that LGBT people tell their stories and get their stories out there to America. So it's like, I feel like their mission is my mission. So for them to recognize what I've done and to say, hey, good job, kid, keep it going, it's really a huge compliment. And, you know, I'm incredibly proud to receive the reward.
And for their commitment to telling the stories of gay and lesbian couples in their award-winning documentary, Pursuit of Equality, filmmakers Geoff Callan and Mike Shaw were presented special recognition awards by Mayor Gavin Newsom and actor Jason Lewis.
It's a really great feeling to be a part of history, and at the end of the day, the people that we've actually stood up for and the eyes that we opened on the topic really ended up making us feel that much better. It's the acknowledgement. People like yourself coming here today and acknowledging us for all the hard work is something that we didn't see coming, but we are very thankful of.
Yeah, you know, and I think that, you know, we made this film to educate people on this issue. So it's not about us, it's about the issue. It's about what GLAAD's doing and all the other organizations. So for us even to have a small part of that, to help this movement, that's what it's all about.
Well, it's very exciting. I don't know that any of us could have predicted that the success of marriage equality would have the momentum that it now has.
Chad Allen received the Davidson Valentini Award, presented to an openly lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender media professional who has made a significant difference in promoting equal rights for the community.
It means job well done. It means that, you know, you kind of want to take the super humble approach because it's very humbling, but at the same time, you know, there are those of us who've been on the front lines of this for a little while, and we've seen the changes that have taken place over the course of the last decade or more, and it's a time to stand up and say, hey, we've gotten somewhere, congratulations, we have a lot of work still to do, but let's harness our energy, let's acknowledge the good work that we've done, and set a course for what we're going to do tomorrow to go that extra mile. So I'm excited to be here. So many fantastic folks that have come before that have kind of paved the road for us. And I think we're looking down the pike at what's going to be ultimately our equality and fairness in the world. It's a terrific thing.
And that's it from the red carpet at the 20th GLAAD Media Awards. For Outlook Video, this is Raymond Donald Hong.